Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining me. This is weekend updates. So there is not a theme. I'm going to tell you about what I'm working on, what I've been up to, maybe some storage ideas that didn't work out for me. I just bring you along on my crafty journey, not a tutorial. Maybe you'll just look at it and say, oh, I know I don't want to do it like her, and that's okay. So first, let me tell you, I had this makeup organizer of some sort, lipstick or whatever, and my friend Noni gave it to me because she wasn't using it, and I thought I would like to put colors in here and then use a paintbrush with it. Turns out that's not how I roll. I like jars, and you're not wasting anything because if you let this sit around, these are just water-based. They're just water-based products. So all that happens is the water dries out of them and then I can rehydrate them. And that's nice because I can control the color. So if I want them super dark, I can put a whole bunch. This one does have a hair in it. I blame Wilson. I can put a whole bunch of water or I can put not that much and then they'll just dry back down and I can use them again. So I like this. I can use a big brush. I can set it in there. I can mix different colors and I'm not likely to spill it. This, I just didn't like it and it's too structured on my counter. So what I'm doing, it's probably hard for you to tell because the bottom is colored gold. I had actual color shine. That's another product I use this way. Heidi Swap. How did I get blue all over you guys? Heidi Swap color shines. These work the same way. You shake them up, the shimmer and stuff will come out. You can just pour a little out and then you can play with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this, I just sprayed it before I started the camera. I'm going to let it rehydrate and then I'm just going to pour it out onto some paper or something that I want it to be on. Then it won't be wasted. Then I'll rinse this out and see if Noni wants it back or if we're going to donate it because I don't think it was working for her. I washed my hand. Kind of looks like I'm bruised, but that way I won't get blue on anything. Let's see. Let's go over here. Okay, I want to show you these. These are quilting pins. They're stainless steel and they have this cute button on the end. I haven't tried these, but my friend Tony bought these for the glue bottles. Bigger pin, easier to find. Also, if I wanted to just cover up the button, I could put a bigger ribbon. A little bit easier to grab onto and to find on the counter. And I just think they're super cute. So I just got those. I saw her and she gave me some treasures. So let me show you what she gave me and then we'll move this stuff out of the way. Have you seen these? Scotch expressions, and they're shaped. Essentially, they're washi tape that's shaped. It's like a shiny vellum washi with stars. I love this, and I think that's really fun because then whatever is under it will show through so you get more interest. And then look at this green one. It's just a stripe pattern. Not a chevron really, but a stripe. So you could put it on your page and just add some interest. And I think they're going to be a little tricky to work with because, you know, they're not as sturdy. You'll have to unroll them a little slowly. But look at that. I haven't seen these. Maybe you have. I've seen the ones with a shaped edge, like flower petals or something, but I haven't seen ones with cutouts in them. So I'm excited to try these out. I just think it's fun when other people shop and you see different stuff. Now, she's been picking these up at Staples, she said. They're $1 and they have a zip top. They are made in China and maybe you already have some stuff in your craft room that'll work. But what she's using them for is die cuts. She can cut a bunch of things and put them in here. By the way, they don't work to put the pins in because it doesn't seal at the end. It's not like a full Ziploc. Flowers, big shapes, that kind of thing. Highly visible, you can see what's in there. So I thought that was a neat idea. Then look at this paper she sent me. Well, she gave it to me, but I hadn't even seen this. This is adorable. Dream, that is really cute. Imagine that on a journal. Oh my gosh, a cute tag. So this is paper. I think she said she picked it up at Joann and then she just shared it with me. And I feel like my friend Andrea is probably going to want some of these purples. So I'd be happy to share with her on Girls Beach Weekend coming up. This one's neat. It has almost like if you did white embossing on your pattern. And this one has glitter on it. And then this one's stars. So they have a bit of built-in decoration. They are single-sided. Trying to check this one. This one is shimmery on the back too. Must have been a shimmer paper on both sides. Really cool. Looks like it was probably some kind of mermaid thing. And I'm not really a mermaid fan, but these are neat. Fun paper. And then she finds the neatest bags. She's the one who sent me the owl bag and embellishments in it before, so I don't know where she's finding these. There was live music where we were, so we couldn't really chat a whole ton. I couldn't ask her a lot of questions, but look at that. So cute. That might be fun on a scrapbook page or a card layer. You know, if you can use a napkin, you can use a gift bag to make a card. These say miss you on them. They're embossed and they say miss you. So those are the fun treasures that she sent me. Can't believe I didn't see the dream thing before. Oh, another tag about it, but I don't think the people who are going to see these in the future watch at all or would notice. If you remember, my friend that's moving gave me a bunch of these notebooks, and they're pretty nice. I like to write in notebooks. We're all working from home a lot, and they have the perforation here if you want to tear it out. And then I took a giant pad of ledger paper and glued it on the front. So I just wrapped it around, just like if you were going to do those notebooks from Dollar Tree. You've seen people do those. And then I put 2022 right here. Noni cut me some much bigger numbers. These were the only dies I had. And I switched it a little on the other ones so that it goes all the way to the edge. I just am going to make a whole bunch of these, and this will be the new fiscal year that's coming. So it makes more sense if you work on a fiscal year. Anyway, making a bunch of those. I'm probably going to have to edit out some of my rambling because I forgot to cover up Pam's address. And I never like to show your addresses on camera. So I'll fix that. Okay. Look at this. Pam has this gorgeous washi. She sent me something that had it on it. It was stuck to my lamp right here forever. And then I did put it on a page. I haven't seen this one before. That is so pretty. Okay, tell me where you got that one too. And she posted a project for Joy of Blue. Today is Joy of Blue, 12th of the month. And I asked her, there was something else in there that looked like a blue floral washi that I wanted to know about. Some of these are so gorgeous. I'll buy the whole, if it comes in a roll of it or a sleeve, I'll buy the whole thing just to get the gorgeous blue. Look at this. Okay, gorgeous florals. And then she's got some foil paper back here, and it's puffed up and it says joy, and it has cute little flowers. Oh, isn't that like a total summer card? Maybe even fall too, but just warm, cute flowers. And then I can tell she's used that strip, really not letting any pretty papers get away. I think she just saw this and knew it had to come my way. And I hope, Pam, that you are finding joy too. And I think you are, because it seems like you're crafting up a storm. Thank you so much, Pam, for the happy mail. I love to see those fun decorated envelopes in my box. I went to a garage sale. I told you about these people. It's like 3 friends that get together, and some people price things well and some don't. This punch was $6. $6 at a garage sale for a punch is not a great deal. I mean, let's be honest. It is Stampin' Up. I understand that. I bought it because I want to sit around and watch TV and punch flowers out of scraps. And maybe people know that. I want to use book pages. I want to use my bits. I want to use my strips that I put in my jars. And if you remember, I picked this one up not long ago. So what I was thinking was, it's hard when you're out shopping to remember what did you buy and also what size it was. But sometimes you get lucky. I haven't been as lucky in my circles, but look at that. A flat flower like that, it's not very good contrast for you guys. Or I could take them and ruffle them up a whole bunch and layer them. You could cut more than one of each of these in the same size and then bend them in different directions. Or you've seen the ones that are super curled. I don't like them super curled up. Imagine I'm doing this with like a metal ball tool or on a flat surface. I'm just trying to make it so you can see. I don't like them super, super crazy balled up because they're trickier to mail, but they're gorgeous. So if you're going to hand deliver a birthday card or something like that, that reminds me, I did my graduation cards. They're all cream and black. I am not posting them because I cheated, you guys. They're almost all the same. I made like 4 or 5 of them with slight variations. So I didn't want the graduates who, a couple of them would see my Instagram. So I didn't want them to see that. Anyway, $6. It works great. I'm happy I bought it. It was the only thing I bought at the garage sale. The garage sale was a mess because it was raining, and what they did was they put out a whole bunch of this stuff that was at their last garage sale at the exact same prices. And Noni wasn't with me, so the whole thing was off. You know, I didn't have the expert. I was texting her and asking her things, and she, you know, agreed with me on the prices. Because it was raining and they were trying to cover things up, it was hard to find stuff. And I looked through the paper. There were no amazing authentique collections. There was no basic gray, nothing like last time. We have a girls' beach weekend coming up. I watched Gail, I'm going to butcher her last name, Agostinelli. She was going on a retreat, a crafty retreat, and she made kits of her journals. So essentially, like, she had a bag like this. I don't know if she had a bag. That's not the point. And she said, okay, here's the cover, here's the paper for it, and then these are the kinds of embellishments I'm going to take. And what I've been trying to do is look at things I had that were ideas for journal covers and get them to the point where they're ready to make a journal. So many of you saw this on Instagram and you commented on it. Oh, here we go. Look. I even found the package. I'm so proud of me. It was Recollections. I think I picked it up at one of the creative reuse places. Maybe I got it at Mecca in Eugene, Oregon. I don't know, but I didn't love how their cover turned out. I was really worried that mine was going to turn out so pale. So I inked this sucker up. You would not believe how much ink I put on this. Especially, I put even more on it after I posted the Instagram photo. So what I did was, I had these jars. I went a little bit lighter in color because I didn't want it so dark that it didn't have any variation in intensity, like the darks and the lights. But I just kept pouring it on, and the package says to spray it. I also sprayed some of the London blue right before I went to bed. You can kind of see, I didn't think it would actually dry on the text, so I don't know how I feel about that, but I thought it was going to be crazy dark. I thought there were going to be some spots that it was too much. This is the back, this is the front. I like how it turned out. I didn't add any more to it the next day. I just let it dry. I took a brush and went around the edges with super dark, it wasn't watered down at all, I don't think. The whole thing was a big wet mess, and then I just left it on a cookie sheet to dry. This side, the part that wasn't getting ink, I took a brush and kind of touched up a little because I wanted to be sure that the next day I didn't have to go back and get it wet again. So I did a little bit of that with a brush, and I don't know what I was doing there, some kind of smear. I'm trying to get my kits ready for the beach so that I don't get there and not have the right stuff. And I have been thinking about all of these. We decided that they're not called UFOs because they're not like these. This is not an unfinished object. This is just something that it was a wall hanging. It had these little circles. Katie was ready to get rid of it. Then it hung on my wall for probably at least a year. I don't know. It's probably in some of my older photos. And I decided these would be adorable journal covers. Maybe you call it a traveler's notebook. Maybe it's the perfect size. I don't think it's going to be quite right so that I could just set it up and people could tuck refills in it. I might try it and see if I can do that. But I was thinking a fabric strap right here, and you could put a notebook filler in it like this, maybe. If that doesn't work, then I could just stitch it like I've done with other journals and make it a one signature journal where the pages are sewed in. I don't know. Thoughts? What do you think? When I look at the cover, I try and think about making the journal go with it. So I'm not sure the right audience. Does someone who has a cover like this want it to be junky? Or do they want it to be mostly blank so they can write lists and plan projects and, I don't know, think about their day? But I just think these are so cute and they'll make adorable little journals. Where I'm struggling is none of my items are going to be the same size. They're all going to be random things that I had in my room and I wanted to use. And then I may have some of my normal size journals. I'm trying to plan my signatures and get them ready before I go. For Gail, she uses DigiKits, and so everything in there was 8.5 by 11, and she kind of knew what she wanted and what her covers were going to go with. I'm not that way. This feels amazing, by the way. So this is what I'm doing. I'm thinking about getting them ready. I'm really trying to make it so that when I come back from the beach and I unpack into my room, it's better. It's cleaner, it's improved, and that I have beat some of the UFOs. UFOs are unfinished objects if you don't watch me a lot. So I'm thinking about that. I also resisted the urge today to go and do some shopping because I just have too much. And I've been looking through my stuff and saying, okay, I should probably use this up, right? This was a scrapping for less kit. I bought the Christy Marcotte de-stash box. So now I have the 6x6 that goes with the scraps of paper that I had here. These are all UFOs that are sitting in my room. And let me show you. These are all the projects I'm kind of thinking about. I have the 8x8 pages. There's a page for each quilt my mom makes. I have those to work on. I want to do some prep to get ready for July Daily. This is journal materials, but more my standard size, where I would make them from 12x12 scrapbook paper. And I'm not sure what that is. There's vintage and natural journal, blue. I want to work on some pet stuff. My sister wants a journal of dogs, but she didn't want the formal scrapbook one that I had made before, so I might work on that. And then this is all glimmer supplies, which I don't really know how to use, but Noni says we're bringing in, I hope Andrea knows how to use. For each one of these projects, there's a certain amount of prep that goes into it. If I'm gonna make quilt pages, I need to get my mom's write-up. She does a thing where she says, quilt number X is for so-and-so, and it's made out of such and such. And if it was inspired by a certain thing, it'll say. So really kind of digging in and doing that prep work. That's a really big pile, but don't worry, we're taking separate cars. I will be happy to share what I take to the beach, and I hope to make some videos as the week goes on of that, because I think that helps me when other people do that. I learn from it. Even if you don't have the same style or do necessarily the same thing, you get tips. My goal is not to just pack up my room, it's to bring specific projects, and I also try to plan out which projects I'm going to do first. And let me tell you why, because that's kind of weird. If I pack up July Daily, I might have some blue embellishments in there that I want to use with, this says junk journal stuff I like, but you know it's blue, that I might want to use with that. So I plan which projects I'm going to do in order to some extent, especially the first and second one, to make sure I have everything out. Here's another example. In this quilt pages, there is some authentic sewing paper and some embellishments that look like buttons and stuff. I want to be sure that if I'm going to work with that paper, I have all of my fabric type embellishments out. So I sort of pack the first project, especially, I try and make sure all the right stuff is in the kit for it. I mean, not the paper cutter and that kind of thing, but I don't want to get all the way done and realize, oh my gosh, I had those cute little black brad buttons and I totally forgot about them. Does that make sense? And if I bury them in the bottom of a tool kit or something, I'm never going to remember. Here's another new thing that happened this week. This is technically a fingernail polish holder. Noni picked up 3 of these at a sale for $1. I'm telling you, she has the magic. She was actually going to look for some paint that she had seen, and she went back to this place. They are super sturdy, not damaged in any way. This one is wider than a ruler. There were 2 this size, and then there was a bigger one. And because Andrea is mixed media, I figured she needed the bigger one. Mr. Crafting and Relaxing just hung it today, and I'm trying to decide exactly how I want to use mine. I keep a lot of those inks and stuff. I keep those in my cart. I'm embarrassed to show you how messy it is, down below the counter, so that we can roll mixed media out to the shop and play. I'm not sure if I want to take stuff out of this and put it up on the wall, especially the paints, because I don't use the paint in the house a lot. So I don't know. I have a lot of different sprays and small things that would fit on there, but I'm still trying to decide. And it's only been like an hour or so. If you like things clean, then don't look. That counter clearly needs some work. And this is better than it was this morning. I mean, I can't pack for the beach or do anything because it was so bad. But look, that counter, not bad, just the big pile. Remember a couple weeks ago, I said, I'm thinking about doing a junk journal assembly line, I think it called, or embellishments or something. This whole table is still the same thing, and then I've added stuff to it. Because I make so many different style things, I'm struggling with that. When I watch Gail or some of these other junk journalers, a lot of what they do is shabby chic. Is it shabby chic? More vintage. Everything's tea-dyed. Everything goes together. My style has so many different things, and I play with so many different things. They don't all go together. And I'm not sure that I want to make a whole bunch of journals in the same weekend that are all the same style. Here's another thing. Seriously. I have no secrets from you guys, right? I said I was going to clean out the punches. That was on my list to do last weekend. And a couple of them, I realized it's not that they don't cut. Pam gave me the idea of using the foil. It's not that they don't cut. It's just that I don't really like them. And I'll show you a couple examples in a minute. But I went through and I looked at, okay, those are my edge punches. I like them. I'm not getting rid of any. This is going to be a long video, sorry. And so I looked at all these. I'm keeping all of these. It's the really fancy punches that I don't like. This one, it makes different shapes. I think I have them on the counter because I was testing them out. It makes these. I like these. They're cute. It makes this, which I really think is supposed to cut out all the way. That's the middle one. And then it makes a basic scallop. It is so heavy because it has all that hardware, and it's a little clunky to work with. You have to kind of jiggle it. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how to do it right. And it's so heavy. My D-Stash box from Christy Marcotte had this in it, which is almost the exact size as the big one that you get out of this. And quite honestly, I will use this. I don't use this. This is going in the donate pile. These are fancy punches that We Are Memory Keepers made. The very cool thing about them is the top and the bottom come apart so they're magnetic, so they can go anywhere on the page. So if you have a 12 by 12 scrapbook page, or maybe you're doing an art journal page, maybe I just want to cut out that package right there because I want to be able to tuck something in and have a smiling photo of someone right there. This punch will do that, whereas this punch, you have to be within a certain distance from the edge, right? That's it. You can only go in that far, and then that's it. The idea was cool. It's a 2-inch circle, which is this size. When I saw it in people's haul videos, I imagined it different. I imagined it being a bigger circle, I think. And then I probably would have liked it better. But I have this punch and it works great. So this one's donate too. So I got rid of 2. Are you impressed? The funny thing about punches is they're old. They're old style, old school. Many of you have electronic machines. We have die cutters. We have all sorts of things. I have never had this many until recently. I've just been acquiring punches, but I like them. And part of it is I've been trying to figure out the right flowers and the right circles. I do not have my circle layers figured out. I keep ending up with pretty much the same size. Today I went to a graduation party and went on a little beach outing with Mr. Crafting and Relaxing. So tomorrow, hopefully I'll work on this mess because like I said, we're going to the beach this week. And I think the plan is for me to leave Wednesday afternoon. So I need to get things figured out and get packed up and really think about what would make it fun and what would be too much and overwhelming. For me, if I just pack up this whole room and take it to the beach, it takes so long to unpack the car and then you have this big mess. I really like to plan out, this is what I want to work on Wednesday night, and it would be kind of a small project. Maybe, I don't know, maybe something that's a small UFO or something like that. And then, okay, this is what I want to do Thursday. Maybe Thursday and Friday I make journals. And then Saturday, not, to the hour or anything. Just sort of map things out and have an idea. I always have emergency projects or something in case I just am so amazing I get too much done and run out of crafty materials at the beach, right? It could happen. I don't think, it's never happened. I put them in order and I have an idea of which ones I want to prioritize. So hopefully I'll have a whole stack of journals and I will show you sort of what I pack up and what my expectations are for projects later in the week. Other videos, Joy of Blue came out yesterday, so be sure you've checked that and watched the other participants and commented. Andrea and Noni and I had a Stampin' Up! Haul we ordered together, and I made a quick video of that. That'll come out sometime soon. Basic Gray collab is next weekend, 18th, and I don't know what I'm going to make for that. I definitely can't pack up my room or clean it until I make that, so I guess technically I should probably do that. I hope you are having as much crafty fun as me when I talk about all the chaos. I don't want you to think that I'm complaining or overwhelmed. I am blessed to have this space and this mess and all this goodness in it, and friends like you that want to hear about it and craft with me. So I hope you are having a great weekend and making time for crafting and relaxing. I know some of you have been messaging me on Instagram, so I know you're having a good weekend too. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.